Hello everyone and welcome to MBK. Today we're going to be multiplying fractions. Multiplying fractions is going to be one of the easier things to do when you're dealing with fractions, because all you really have to do is you multiply the top and you multiply the bottom. What I mean is this. So you can rewrite this as 5 times 3 and 6 times 5. Keep the numerator with the numerator and denominator with the denominator. And 5 times 3 is 15. 6 times 5 is 30. Okay, so when you multiply fractions, you also want to reduce them. So right here, we can divide both the numerator and denominator by 5. So 5 will go into 15 3 times, and 5 will go into 30 6 times. So we're left with 3 over 6. Well, it looks like we can divide that again by 3. 3 will go into 3 one time, and 3 will go into 6 2 times. So we're left with 1/2. Okay, let's do another one. 2/3 times 5 over 6. So let's do the same thing we did last time. 2 times 5 over 3 times 6. Well, instead of multiplying across, let's reduce. Well, 2 will go into 2 one time, and 2 will go into 6 3 times. Can anything else reduce? No. So let's rewrite our problem just to clarify what we're doing. Okay, so now we just multiply. 5 times 1 is 5, and 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, now let's do that problem again, but let's not reduce, and let's just multiply across. So we had originally 2 times 5, and 3 times 6. Okay, so 2 times 5 is 10, and 3 times 6 is 18. Okay, so it looks like this can be reduced because it's even. So what can it be reduced by? Looks like 2. So 2 will go into 10 5 times, and 2 will go into 18 9 times. So 5/9. See how they're the same answer? So it doesn't matter if you reduce in the beginning or you wait till the problem is already multiplied and you reduce at the end. But let's keep going. See how quickly these are compared to the previous video. Multiplying fractions is pretty easy. And in the next video, dividing fractions, there's one extra step, and you'll see that that's easy also. So let's multiply this out. 7 times 7 and 8 times 12. 7 times 7 is 49, and 8 times 12, well, I don't know. 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 1 is 8, 9, 96. So 96. Now we have to think, can we reduce that? Okay, so the only way we can find out if we can reduce this fraction any further is if we break it up into its prime factorization. And let's go ahead and do that. So let's do 49. 49 is going to be pretty easy because 7 is a prime. 7 times we actually just did that right here. So 7 will go into 49 7 times. 7 is a prime number. 7 will go into 7 one time. So 7 times 7 times 1. Nothing really changed. It's actually the same thing as the previous numerator. Now let's do 96. 96 is going to give us some interesting results. So 2 will go into 96. Well, off the top of my head, I don't know. So let's divide. 2 will go into 9. 8, not 8 times. 4 times. 2 times 4 is 8. Get the difference, drop down to 6. 2 will go into 16 8 times. 2 times 8 is 16. And that's 0. So 48 right here. 48 is an even number. So we know that 2 will go into it. So 2 divided by 48. 2 will go into 4 2 times. 2 will go into 8 4 times. 2 times 4 is 8. 0. Okay. 24. Well, if you know your multiplication up to 12, you know that 2 times 12 is 24, 2 times 6 is 12, 2 times 3 is 6, and 3 times 1 is 3. So here's our prime numbers. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 twos and a 3, so 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 1. Okay, this 3 looks horrible. Okay, so right here we would just cancel out anything that's the same on the numerator and the denominator, and as you can see, nothing is the same, so we just keep it like this, and this is our lowest fraction for that problem. Okay, now let's do another problem. Let me clear the board. Okay, so the next problem is going to be 7 over 5 times 3 over 2. Okay, so we just rewrite it, 7 times 3 and 5 times 2. Can anything cancel? No. And these are prime numbers already, so we know that our answer is going to be in lowest forms already. And it's 3 times 7 is 21, 5 times 2 is 10, and that's our answer. Let's do the next problem. 7 over 9 times 3 over 4. So we're going to be left with 7 times 3 over 9 times 4. Okay, so I'm going to do it two ways here. 7 times 3 again and 9 times 4. I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. 7 times 3 is 21. 4 times 9 is 36. And can this be reduced? Let's break it up into its prime factors. Well, we know that 7 and 3 are already prime numbers, so 7 times 3 is 36. Is 9 and 4 prime numbers? No. So we can do it 36. We're going to be left with 2. 2 will go into 36. Right here is a 2, 1, 2, 1, 16, 18. So 18 right here, 2, 9, 3, 3, 3, 1. See how quickly these things get made? So it's going to be 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 1. This 3 cancels that 3. And we're left with 7 over 2 times 2 times 3 times 1. So that's going to be 7 over 2 times 2 is 4 times 3 times 1. So it's going to be 7 over 12. Okay, so now let's go back to our original problem, which is 7 times 3 over 9 times 4. And see what we can reduce from here before we multiply it out. Well, we know that 9 is 3 times 3. So we know that 9 can be divided by 3 and 3 can be divided by 3. So 3 will go into 3 one time, and 3 will go into 9 3 times. So we can rewrite this as 7 times 1 over 3 times 4. And that is going to give us 7 over 12. See how these are the same exact answer? This one took me a couple more steps, and this one only took me one extra step, which was reducing at the beginning. Okay, let's do the next problem. Okay, so the next problem is going to be 3 over 4 times 6. 6 is a whole number. If you're not used to this, it's very easy to do. All you have to do is write a 1 under the 6 and you have a fraction. Any number, whether it's a million, you can just write a 1 and that is your fraction. Okay? Not much to that, so we can rewrite it as 3 times 6 and 4 times 1. Or just 3 times 6 over 4, because 4 times 1 is 4. You don't even have to write the 1. But if it helps you, at least in the beginning, to help you understand the steps, then go ahead and write it like this. And as you do more multiplication problems, you'll have an easier time. Okay, let's see if we can reduce anything. Well, these two are even numbers, so we know that 2 goes into them. So 2 will go into 4 2 times. 2 will go into 6 3 times. So let's rewrite this. 3 times 3 over 2. Well, what's 3 times 3? That's 9 over 2. And that's our answer. Let's see. Next problem. Okay, so our next problem is 10 over 3 times 9 over 5. Okay, well, let's do this one the long way and the short way, and just for practice. So the long way, 10 times 9, 3 times 5. Okay, 10 times 9, well, that's 90, and 3 times 5 is 15. Well, right off the bat, I know that both the numerator and the denominator can be divided by 5. So 5 will go into 15 3 times. 3 times 5 is 15. How many times will 5 go into 90? Well, off the top of my head, I don't know. So let's do some simple division. 5 will go into 9 1 times. 1 times 5 is 5. Get the difference, drop down to 0. 5 will go into 48 times. So 5 will go into 90 18 times. So 18 over 3. Well, that can be reduced again because 18 is a multiple of 3. So 3 will go into 3 one time, and 3 will go into 18 6 times. So we're left with 6. Well, actually, we're left with 6 over 1. And if you remember earlier, any number that has a 1 under it, we can just drop the 1. So the answer is 6. Okay, so now let's go back to the original problem, which was 10 times 9 over 3 times 5. Okay, so let's do the reducing before we do the multiplication. Well, we know that 9 is a factor of 3, so 3 will go into 3 one time, and 3 will go into 9 3 times. Well, now 5 will go into 5 one time, and 5 will go into 10 two times. So we're left with 2 times 3 and 1 times 1. Well, what's 2 times 3? That's 6. And 1 times 1 is 1. So we're left with the exact same answer we had up here. Okay, this will be the last problem. This one is going to be a little more interesting, but you'll find out it's actually not too hard. And we've actually been doing this quite often, especially in the first two videos before this one, when we were reducing fractions. So here we go. 9 over 8 times 2 over 3 times 3 over 8. Okay, so like we always do, 9 times 2 times 3, and 8 times 3 times 8. So right here, we can just multiply across, but let's see if we can cancel stuff first. Well, we know that this 3 cancels that 3, so let's rewrite that. 9 times 2, and then 8 times 8. Okay, we know that this 2 will go into 2 one time, and this 8 can be divided by 2 4 times. So we can rewrite it again as 9 times 1 and 8 times 4. Well, what's 9 times 1? That's 9. And 8 times 4 is 32. And that's our answer. Well, that does it for this video. As you can see, multiplying fractions is pretty straightforward. Just multiply across the numerator, multiply across the denominator, and reduce at the end. Or you can rewrite it like we did here and reduce what you can before you do the multiplication. Both ways will give you the correct answer. Again, if you have any questions, just leave it in the comments or search the comments. You might find the answer to your question already. Or if you want to, just send me a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I have time. Thank you, and have a good day.